guys. We'll be starting in just a minute. Dev, why don't you say a few words so we can make sure they can hear both of us?
I'm fucking dying.
I'm also dying, but it's much easier for me to hit the mute switch on myself.
Yeah, on mine I have to flick the little microphone upwards.
Oh, mine does that also. Mine has a little strap thing on it, so I have it strapped to my pants. So I just reach my hand down and I can click a button.
Yeah, mine doesn't have that.
Oh, I like that mine has that. I admit I miss on my old headset from years ago where it was just like half a foot down from where the wire began, so I wouldn't need to pin it to anything. It was just right where my hand would sit naturally.
Ah, yes, I had one of those. It was very nice.
Yeah.
It had like the volume on it as well.
Well, what
I
I
used
liked
to
was
have
it had an analog volume wheel. The new one has like 5 buttons
Yeah,
on one side. There's too many
yeah,
buttons.
yeah. Mine had the wheel.
Yeah,
I love the texture on that.
I like when it's just the wheel and the mute switch. Okay, ready to go?
I am now. I just had to cough up my lungs.
Okay. Welcome to the With the Will podcast. We're here to entertain and inform a bit while talking about Digimon. I'm Mark. I run With the Will and produce Digimon on Blu-ray.
I'm DevQ and I have reincarnated into a slime.
Dev's just nose dripping everywhere.
I'm just an ooze factory.
Now, is that accidental or is that you doing marketing for the new Ghostbusters movie, which comes out digitally tonight?
Wait, do you think they'll bring back Ecto Cooler again?
I think they did when it was in theaters. It's hard to tell.
I haven't seen it yet. I need it. It
The
will
problem,
cure
the
me.
problem, the problem is anytime they bring it back now, they brand it as limited edition, and then you get idiots running to try to sell it on eBay.
I hate them. I just want my good orangey drank.
Ah, it, they went through a lot of news the last 2 weeks, didn't they, Dev? At least
Fuck.
at least they know how to capitalize on stuff. So first up, Liberator began. First off, I should point out there was a bit of a surprise when everyone sort of figured out, wait, episode 0 did not actually go up. They put up a preview of 0 and then just updated it without telling anyone.
Yeah.
So remember how when 0 came out we went, well, it had kind of a battle, but it wasn't really a good preview. The
Yeah, it
full
just kind of cut off
the
there.
full version of 0 is a great preview. It has good character stuff, and
Fanboy.
one's a pretty solid read, to be honest.
I love Little Muchomon. He makes me happy.
It is very decompressed. Not a lot happens, but it's good, solid character stuff. At the moment, I would say, 2.5 actual issues. The first is the font work is terrible in the English version.
Yeah.
At times it
It,
just isn't paying attention very well. And the other one is, are they aware anti-aliasing exists?
I don't fucking think so.
It is very weird to see like
It's like the
anti-alias.
entire thing was done with the pencil tool.
Yeah, it's weird. It really needs a little bit of blending or something to take the edge off. The other one, which is, uh, I haven't looked on Webtoons yet. It is so much of a smoother read on Global Comics than on the Liberator site.
Yeah, Liberator site is a nightmare. Half the time it won't scroll.
Global
The
Comic
other
Global
half the time it's just a fucking mess.
Global Comic seems to read pretty solidly, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going to be reading it, even if it's waiting a day, because their interface reads so much better.
Webtoons is okay.
I haven't looked through webtoons yet. I know people like it. It just it was easier to deal with it in desktop browser where I wanted to read it on Global Comics. Uh,
Yeah, it's easier to like shrink it down so it's not taking up the entire width of your screen and being
to
impossible to read.
weirdly, it didn't do that for me. It's actually showing at a specific. It's showing at like a locked width of around maybe 30% of my screen.
It went to the entirety of my screen by default.
Ooh, that
Maybe it
doesn't
just
sound
hates
nice.
me.
Yeah. Solid read so far. Weirdly, there's a very heavy like Metabots vibe to the characters, which is
Yeah,
not
I can kind of.
which has not helped that the second protagonist female friend in Metabots was Arisa.
Oh, that's funny. It's been so long since I watched
Yeah,
it. I don't know anyone's names except for the one robot.
Metaby.
Yep, that's it.
But yeah, this is very much character first, which is probably when Digimon, even if it's not at its strongest, is when it's at its most enjoyable. Like,
I love that he's just like an absolute fucking loser at the
yeah,
reading game.
it feels like it's leaning into that a bit too much. When it's like, oh, he jumps into that's like 3 months later, and he really doesn't know. It's like, what?
To be fair, I'm kind of like that with the Pokemon trading card game because the actual app is kind of annoying. And I'm just clicking it and clicking it. Just like, no, move the card, move the card, move the fucking card.
Yeah, we're not getting solid story stuff yet. It's just mass character stuff and showing off card game type stuff. I think it's working so far.
I feel like it's a nice introduction into the actual card game mechanics for someone who hasn't gotten into it beforehand.
The one time I actually think the vertical formatting's working also, to be honest. The only time it isn't is when it desperately wants to do like a wide shot, and then it just
Yeah.
does the wide shot but turns it 90 degrees. Like that one explosion shot. Like it
Yeah.
was about halfway through episode 1. It wants to do this huge explosion behind them, and you scroll down, and it just turns everything sideways. And like
Mm.
it really wants that to be like on a big wide screen, but that's the format, and it works well enough.
But
Yeah,
sorry, you don't have a double page spread anymore.
yeah. It. I like it so far. I think I'm curious to see where it's going to go, because at the moment I can't tell how much it's going to do story stuff and how much it's going to be, okay, you have to do X, Y, and Z. But X, Y, and Z is going to be very minor as the characters just fart around and taunt each other.
Yeah, is it gonna be Yu-Gi-Oh?
It really feels like it would work better if it is just the characters fucking around doing nothing. Because they work really well that way so far, to be quite honest. I'm rather enjoying it. But we will see where it goes. Although weirdly, do you have any interest in like the evil robots that are showing up or anything?
Uh, only vaguely, just because it's like,
That,
oh, okay, some
yeah,
masked assholes. Like, oh, wait,
yeah,
that's
yeah. That's what
they're
happened.
NPCs.
That's what
Okay.
happened to me. It starts showing up. It's like, oh, good. You've declared it an NPC. You've made it look like an evil robot, and then nothing.
I need to see more.
And then it kind of just jumps into a card match, and also Schumann begging for help.
I love Shu.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I think it kind of helps that we are getting not segments like we did with Seekers, where we're going to get something every 2 weeks, but it's going to be a coherent chapter thing.
Yeah, it's not like we have to. What we did before, where we're just like, wait till it built up and
Yeah.
then burn through.
Yeah. Here, episode 1 feels like there's a beginning. It feels like there's an end, even though it's not the end of the content. It works out solidly. And
It's like
then
it's fine to leave off here. It doesn't feel cut in half.
exactly. And then we got the live stream that they did to launch it with a bunch of news. And let's see what we have. So they put out the full version of the theme song in Japanese and English. That theme song works really fucking well. I really like it.
It's nice.
You know,
I'd listen to it some more.
yeah, it's in some of my randomized playlists at the moment. They confirmed they're going to make a version of the D storage box. I have two issues with this. I will wait to judge them until it's out. One, does it actually do anything? Or is it just
I
an
figure it's just a
box?
pretty deck box.
And B,
It's just a deck box.
if it is just a pretty box, like if you're going to a tournament, do you actually put your cards in it and show up with this?
I mean, I would.
I mean, just convenience for the cards. Like when you look at it, it's the plastic thing that opens on a hinge and everything. That does not seem like a convenient deck box.
That seems like the average deck box.
Yeah, I guess it's not that complicated compared to it looks at. And since someone in the chat mentioned they were there to watch the stream, I decided I was gonna go to sleep. I'm getting old, and I think it was like 4 a.m. my time, Dev, something like that.
Yeah, fuck that.
My guesstimation was that anything important would still be minor enough that I did not need to be sitting there for it, and I was right. We got key art for the novel. We got some description stuff for the novel. And we got to see Impmon's evolution. And I have to admit, I'm kind of happy when everyone decides on their own what's going to happen, and it's wrong.
Yeah,
Because people kind of like weird. People want to be surprised, but then they will try to guess everything possible ahead of time, and then they'll be upset they're not surprised. So it's nice when it's just a complete surprise, and it's even if it's not on purpose, it's technically a callback. Because while they didn't design the evolutions like that, Impmon was originally designed to be the lead in Tamers.
I remember that from the Konaka's
Old
little
website, yeah,
website where he had
yeah,
like extra details and notes and planning and
yeah.
stuff.
They didn't have evolutions for him planned at the time. It was just this is the design. And he was like, no, it has to be OC Agumon. OC do not steal with Patamon wings. So it's they haven't commented yet if they did that on purpose. It is clearly a take on Guilmon's evolutions, but they're also like pseudo musical punk themed. So
I love them.
I'm very curious to see the names. It's a good. The only issue I have with the style, does it feel like they don't fully mesh with Itmon?
Yeah, the only thing they feel like it has in common is just like the color
Purple.
purple, and they throw a scarf on it in
Yeah.
one of them. Well,
No.
no,
They
actually,
all
no.
have the scarf.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the last one. It's really hard
The
to
last one,
see
it's
his butt
it's
wings.
like the lower wing things.
His butt wings.
Yes. Um, we also got to see Winner and Fun Bimon. Something about both of these seem very stereotypical. I don't know what, but it feels like it. And they updated the website to be an actual website and not to be that one-page horrible thing.
Yeah. I was not paying attention. Did they say if they're going to be having this translated, the novel translated into English like they did with Seekers?
They've sort of said that everything is English. They have not clarified, like, oh, is this going to be English the first day? They've sort of said that all of Liberator will be English.
Okay.
If it helps, on the English card game Twitter, they were putting up images with translated text.
Okay, that's
So,
good.
like as I recall, Winner is not actually his Japanese name. It's like a pseudo translation where it's the intent of the name rather than a literal translation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have like the English levels for the unknown evolutions and that sort of thing. So if they're not doing it in English, they've already kind of fucked up. But yeah, um, I really hope what they do is because they're doing the comic every other week. I hope when the web novel starts, it's just like once a month, and we just get like a chapter.
Yeah, please don't do Seekers fragment chapters. Please don't.
So then uh, we mentioned on
I'll
top.
wait. I'll wait. I'll happily
Yeah.
wait.
On top of the official site, it's also being added to Global Comics and Webtoon. A lot of people went, oh, they're doing this because the site crashed. They actually told us they were doing this ahead of time. It just was so irrelevant that most people didn't notice. Where like they kept talking about like it will be on a few sites, and it going up a day later is just the schedule they're doing it on. It just happened that it was so close. It looks like that's what they did, when it appears this was always the plan. So uh, every other
That's
Thursday,
still funny.
it will be up on the Liberator site. The next day, it will be up on Webtoon and Global Comics. My recommendation is, unless you're really desperate, wait for those. Um, on top of that, there will be columns, and they put up the first one, which is basically them going over the Emerald Colonies of Lacuna. See, this is why I really do hope the novel's up monthly, because, like, okay, we get the comic every other week. There's going to be columns on a normal basis. You don't need to push out the web novel.
I miss getting like little side information. It's like, yes, please give me all of the world building.
Yes, I liked when the Digimon Web was doing that.
Yeah, with like Agumon, Hakase.
Yeah. So yeah, constant updates are solid, especially if there's going to be detailing the world and stuff like that. Then Ayumi Miyazaki announced his 25th anniversary concert. It appears the theme of the concert is all three places he's going to are places he has not performed professionally before. Yeah, so yeah, it's neat. Good luck getting tickets for anyone who's going to be going to Japan. People have gotten to these before, and he apparently everything I've seen that for his actual shows is that he puts on crazy ones. And then Pendulum Color 4, 5, and 0. I mean, to be clear, we knew they were coming. It does not change how neat the themes are. So the 4 and 5 are each going to have 32 Digimon. They're combinations of the normal and the point 0.5 with some new stuff. The Pendulum Zero never had a point 0.5, so it looks like what they're using to fill the roster is Gamamon,
Baby.
and it's going to have 33.
Okay.
Yeah. So Dev, which are you getting?
Uh, nah, I don't really have any time for them.
I don't have time for them, but I'm getting them.
The only one I really want is the Nightmare Soldiers one from the last set, but eventually.
Yeah. US pre-orders are already open, and because it is not an adventure Digivice, pre-orders, if I go and look, I assume are still open. Yes, they are.
What my Digivice, you bastards!
They did an extended preview video where they showed off a number of things, including that yes, we will be getting multiple Gamamon paths. We will be getting Proxiamon. I will say I weirdly like the. Does it feel like they're getting much better with the colored sprites as time goes on?
Yes, they make me happy. I like them.
Then Mon Memo came back before they announced the 4, 5, and 0, going over the evolution paths of the 1, 2, and 3. Not much to say here because everyone kind of already figured out all of them. I think what happened was they meant to put these up earlier, and they decided to keep it away from the wave of adventure stuff. But then it kind of went up late enough that it didn't matter.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Then 7 more 15-second to analyze, and these are all 25th anniversary 45-second ones for the other adventure partners.
Eh.
The one thing about these are is I sometimes I forget they're putting them up, and then I'm like, oh, I should see how many they've done. Okay, that's enough for me to do an article because I'm not doing these one by one. It just
Yeah, no.
yeah. Then we have the second piece of 25th anniversary art, this time from Yoshi Miyoshi. Redoing all the kids in like street clothes, but themed after their Digimon.
These are so fucking cute.
Yeah. Then there was an interview with them where they go over some of what they did, or how like one of the most memorable moments for them was Patamon evolving into Angemon.
Then dying horribly.
Yes. Lots of fun little details. The one thing I don't think he mentioned, he goes over like a lot of the inspiration of the outfits. Unless I'm wrong, is Hikari's also based on her 2020 outfit?
Let's see. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Hmm. You know what? It might be.
I'm trying to decide if that's a happy accident or not, because that weirdly feels like 2020 Hikari.
It's kind of like a combination of both.
Yeah. I'm trying to like I'm looking. I'm trying to decide which of these is my favorite. I
Oddly enough, I kind of like Koshiro's the most.
Hoshiro I like. For some reason, the red on him bothers me. I don't know why. Although I will say,
Huh.
Joe seems awfully proud of himself. He figured out how to dress himself.
Unlike the Tamers cast.
And then new Digigift. This time we get Ghost Game Team relaxing as the Golden Week period hits and eating some Kashiwa mochi.
I love this one so
This is
much.
just a really fucking solid one. I don't have much to say about it because it's just really good. Solid personality from everyone except Hero, who's just confused. And also, am I wrong? Or does it feel like Gamamon's almost trying to reach out of the call to grab a mochi?
It does. I wonder if there's chocolate in them.
I don't think there's chocolate in those mochis, but I could be wrong. And the the calendar version is almost all high quality. Almost.
Let's see what details look like shit.
It just isn't quite as nice as last time overall, but the border on the large picture is not completely broken this time. So hooray. And then Digimon Adventure collaboration with Chinese mobile game Jade Dynasty New Century. Some solid little
I have
videos, some
no idea what's going on, but it's pretty looking.
yeah, there's a lot of solid images. The model work is actually rather nice. The gifs for the I don't know if those are evolution or like unlock scenes. Something about them like does not quite feel like evolution when you see it. I wonder if these are like gotcha unlocks. Like they fly out of the Digivice or something. But yeah. See,
Kind of
I
mesmerizing.
put these up and I never think about them again because it's not like even if we find the game we can really play them.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah. And then next up, Legend of the Mushroom Hero has a collaboration with Digimon Tamers. There is an English version of this game. It just doesn't have any of the collaboration stuff. But it's Tamers with SD art. It's
I
actually
fucking love this.
the SD art's. I think the best looking part of the SD art is Takato and Ruki, but also
Yeah.
the Ipmon holding the gun.
Its legs look so weird.
I will say, I think the main issue with this art, in most of them, Gilmon looks too angry.
He looks like he's
You
trying to be
you
Agumon.
took my bread.
He's an angry baby.
But yeah, that's a neat little collaboration thing. And then it is time for cards, cards, cards. So first up, Tamer Shoto, solid art. Although weirdly, now that the comic has started, Does have they made him look too cool on this art?
Yes.
Okay, good. Arisa in this art feels a little bit too K-On to me.
Yeah, I get that vibe too. I understand.
Shumon looks amazing.
Shoo.
Shumon's just happy to be here. Terramon, they keep showing Terramon with other birds, which is a nice touch. Yaman causing problems as always. Eismon scatter mode. This is a nice little creepy image.
Very fun looking at like all the little details and the backgrounds and
Well,
everything.
I like how no matter what angle part of him is drawn at, it's always flat. Like when you look at his
Just
arm,
coming right out of the wall.
like when you look at his arm, it's coming out of the wall, but it's still drawn flat. Tordamon. I A number of people point out this seems to be a sequel to the image of the Golemon walking them through the desert.
Ah, okay, I see. Because it's like the previous
Yeah.
set together.
And then Giagamon. Does that
Oh,
Mochimon look a little bit nervous? And also Giagamon's drooling.
no, 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 no.
Sparrowmon. This is one of those weird cards where you actually get something based on the like toy box profile lore. Volcanismon is the one who made Sparrowmon's pistols.
I remember that.
And you can also see Berenja in the background, and he's also the one who made that. Bellstar,
Ah, okay, yeah, I see it's
yeah,
partially covered by the wing.
Bellstarmon Ace. So, did we know those bullets had legs and arms? Because I don't like. I know we know her bullets had
What?
faces.
Hmm. I do not remember the arms and legs, but I love them now that I see them.
Hurricane Screw Shot. Weirdly, this appears to be a spin kick based on a normal move from Street Fighter. Like, not a special move, a normal one, except that she has guns on the bottom of her shoes, so she just shoots you when she does the kick. Uh,
Speaking of kicking,
Wonder Stomp. I love how stupid this move is. Shumon leaps into the air, and instead of dropping where people can recognize the timing, he just shoots the bottom of the shoe down separately. So, like, they're looking up, paying attention to Shumon, and then you realize Shumon's still up there, but something else is flying down at you. Yeah.
eject.
Then we get
Oh my god, I'm reminded of the boots from the Super Mario Brothers live action movie from the 90s.
Goomba. Then
Walk tall, be proud.
we get cartoony art of Kiarumon. This is
I love that artist.
very cartoony, and the Pafumon is very, very sleepy.
They look so much like candy.
Toyagumon Black.
I don't know what he's doing. Is he building something? Is he fixing himself? I don't know.
I think he's just relaxing because it looks like a workshop, but he doesn't seem to be doing anything. Although there is a block, so maybe like he's gonna eat it like an apple. Tankmon. I love the little gunner.
Yep. There's a Gravolmon in the back.
Let's see here. Next up is Orochimon. Really solid, colorful work that shows him off dynamically. I'm,
That artist just goes ham for like the neon
yeah.
colors. It's great.
and then
Everything looks like it's like a blacklight poster.
and then as the follow-up, Nidhoggmon, really showing off the flame limbs.
Very, very kaiju.
Yes. Then Pedimeramon. I like the lightning and the volcano in this one.
Maybe.
Lavo Garidamon continues on the Vorvomon theme of them kind of leaping out of the volcano. Does this feel like a weird angle for him?
I think it's the way his head is kind of like snapped to the side, sort
Yeah.
of.
Volcanic Dramon gets a much more menacing angle, just right at you.
Yep.
Fluffymon, just being very fluffy with the cherry blossoms, and a Yolkmon.
He's adorable. He's adorable.
Wind Slicer. This is just a solid. I don't have much to say about this one. It's just nice showing off Terramon doing one of his signature attacks.
Whoosh whoosh.
Paildramon. This is actually a profile bit where it says like it will stand up to fiery Digimon, but it will actually melt while doing it.
Oh, I see the little Penmon he's protecting in behind him.
And there's been, I believe I think we've gotten multiple pieces of art in the past of Penmon and
Lucomon, yeah.
yeah. So I guess it's a sequel to those. Then Chris Paildramon. This is a Gundam pose.
Yeah, I get that.
This is as Gundam pose as any. Lady Devimon X. Solid art showing the familiars.
I like the background more.
The coloring on it's very nice. Lilithmon X. This one's just really fucking good.
This might be my favorite one in the set so far.
It is a
Her expression is really good. The colors are amazing. The kind of like the glow from her wings in the back. Very nice.
Seventh Fascinate. I like the art. It feels like they've picked a power that you need to show. Because, like, that ability is, oh, she can control people like zombies. But because they wanted to focus on her, we sort of just get, like, the glowing eyes, which is neat, but it doesn't
Yeah.
show off what it is.
Like, up, you're having an acid trip now.
And then Gekomon with some of the VIP art of the set, him relaxing in the rain. I
He's
just,
just having a good time.
yeah. Then Tonosama Gekomon doing the same. This is such a good card. This is the type of art that you want prints of.
This one feels summery, while the Gekomon feels like more spring.
Uh, Gundramon plus a promo poster.
The Gundramon looks badass.
It does. I'm not sure if it's as cool as the one where they have him shooting through the card.
Yeah, I think kind of like silhouetted against the city behind him
Yeah.
does wonders.
And the promo poster gives us another look at the Impmon Ultimate Dragon.
I want to pet it.
Then we also have previews of Zephagamon, Sendramon, Yuki, and Impmon. That Impmon art is so good.
It's like, where am I? Does the bus run through here?
He also has like a weird fat head.
Yep.
Then we also have printable playmats and promo poster for the starter decks. This one was so broken, even Mighty Noisy at one point I went, I'm not going to spend all the time necessary to make this better. I did one or two quick things and then moved on.
We greatly appreciate your efforts to make this suck less.
Then all the clean cards and all the clean promo cards. I like when there's sets in a row, then the promo cards don't build up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Makes it easier for you.
then they announced a Twitter campaign for special promo cards of Terramon and Shumon, which solid looking cards. It would be a shame if they don't give them away somewhere else, though. To be honest.
I probably will. Slap like a winner logo on it or
Then we
something.
get our first art for Booster Set 18, which is the packaging art of Kaiser Greymon. And
Pretty cool looking.
and on top of
Very
that, and
Gundam.
on top of that, Amazon and some other stores put up they only put this up like yesterday or so. They put up the box render, so I grabbed it as high resolution as I could find, straightened it out, and color corrected it. So we get previews of Magna Grumon and Roto Knightmon Ace.
I'm really digging the Roto Knightmon.
I am too, but I want to see the full art for Magna Grumon because I think he's blowing his armor off mid battle. Like he's doing
That would be interesting.
like he's doing a gizmo duck ejecting it off thing.
What if it happens in any of the profiles? I do not
I think
remember.
it mentions that it does eject the armor off rather than like taking it off or transforming. I think it does actually mention in a profile that it like releases it or something. Then they announced and did pre-orders for the Memorial Legend Collection, which is just a number of anime heroes getting parallel cards, which very very pretty cards I have to say.
We are all sluts for pretty
I'm trying to
cards.
decide which one of these is my favorite.
Um,
I kind of like the Shoutmon X7 one.
uh, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like that one's definitely really high up there, but
The
I kind
War
of also really
Greymon
like
one's
the
neat.
background on the Spheresmon.
See, I'm not sure about the Serious Mon one because the detailing looks a bit off to me. And then from early sales data in the US, they're, as has been mentioned, they're kind of changing the schedule so they can unify the releases. So we're getting special boosters where they mix them up again. So we have details for boosters at 18 and 19. So skipping over the stuff that we knew would show up, they mentioned that a number of Cross Wars Digimon from the Cross Wars manga will make their card game debut, which is 19 going to be a Cross Wars theme, a Cross Wars manga theme? We don't know, but we'll definitely mock Zed Millennium on, which they mentioned will be there.
Yep.
They mentioned box toppers will be 2 instead of 1. There will also be a lucky pack, and that starter deck will have very rare in it cards signed by Kenji Watanabe.
Oh no.
Hey, look, Ghost Rares.
Super Ultra Ghost Rares.
See, here's the thing. I actually think the Ghost Rares look cool. My main issue with them isn't even the rarity. It's you always get someone who spends the money and then wants to show people they have. It's like, it's not like you found it. You,
You just spent a lot of
you
money.
spent a lot of money on it, and now you're not going to use it. You're going to do the stupidest thing, which is go and get it graded and talk about how if the game doesn't tank, it will be worth money in the future. It's like, neat.
It's like you have a shiny piece of cardboard and a slab of plastic. Congratulations.
Now, in this case, it's signed by Kenji Watanabe, which makes it cool regardless. I think we can at least agree. Um,
That's fair.
then we got new previews for the premium heroine set for Izumi, Venusmon, Sora, Lilithmon, Yoshino, and Ruli. These cards actually look solid.
I want them as posters.
It does feel like they'd work well. Card Battle did another card room set. This actually aired as like the first half hour of the live stream, which made it even more relevant that I did not stay up to watch it. Because I like Card Battle, but the 20 or 30-minute addition to the live stream just meant I would have been up even later.
Yeah, we don't have time for
Yeah.
that.
Then Card Battle did not air last week, but they teased that someone is returning. Now, there's only 3 cast members who have actually ever left, so we'll see who it is.
What if it's all three of them?
Seems unlikely, we'll see. And then more prints at Japanese 7-Eleven, this time for Ode to the Beginning. And do you like how once again I grabbed the preview images of all of them?
It is always appreciated.
There's a good selection this time, to be honest, because a number of these art were from collaboration. Like I think the SD art was from the that ice cream shop.
Ah, the one where you were making bets on if someone would try and import ice cream.
Yes. We also get the Kizuna art, which was from the theaters when Kizuna came out, but they still use it. So this will be available until September.
Or
Then,
longer if they extend it again.
yeah. Then they announced an art pop-up exhibition in Akihabara. The art will all have prints on sale, plus a bunch of products, and it includes the anniversary art we've seen so far, including the 8 pieces we were just talking about earlier. Did
Very
you
nice.
did you see the prices, Dev?
Not look at the prices, I just looked at the pretty pictures, but I feel like it's probably going to be stupid, isn't it?
Uh, canvas art prints start at 19,800 yen, up to
Oh
22,000
fuck
yen.
that.
So at
How big are they?
I didn't look, but no, they're like full canvas prints, like full, and they're going to be made to order. Like you're not buying like postcard prints. You're buying full canvas art things. Although they apparently give you postcards of what you order as a bonus.
Just give me the postcards. We don't need to pay $200 for a fucking canvas.
And then for Adventure in O2, I think they announced these at Digimon Con. It was the Oka Kikicho collection. It was like the cute little art of them drawing a bunch of products featuring these for the Adventure in O2 kids.
These are all very fucking adorable.
I like how they're drawing the baby forms.
I want them all, especially the 02 ones.
Yeah. So these have begun to show up at other stores, and the pricing's mostly decent. Then, this is the funniest, stupidest thing. Because our 25th anniversary album came out, the Feel Me store is doing AIM merchandise. Not Mimi, and it says AIM. Actual photos they took of AIM for the merchandise. I don't know why it's so amusing, but it is. These are all discontinued next week.
So
Uh,
get your acrylic stands while you can.
yeah, and then the cafe closed on schedule, so they've put up everything on their online store for people who ordered products who were not able to get there. The only thing I'm really tempted by is the diorama stand, but I'm not tempted for the price.
Huh. Nothing really catches my eyes. Like, yes, they're cute and adorable, but they're just kind of like, it's okay.
It's stuff.
Yep. I have so much stuff. I do not
And
have
then
room for stuff.
and then a new Ichiban Kuchi lottery. So just to explain
I want all the fucking
so
things.
so just to explain how this works in Japan. You find a convenience store, bookstore, whatever, taking part, and basically they get a product box and they put everything on display, they put up banners or whatever, and you say you want to play it, and a ticket costs 850 yen, and then you rip off your ticket, or I don't remember how Ichiban Kuchi, if they rip off the tickets or if they, you know, shake up marbles and you grab one. It tells you what grade of thing you get, and if it's an A, you get an Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode figure. B, Dukemon. C, a double figure set of Vmon and Gilmon. There's also acrylic stands, hand towels, rubber collection, and clear posters.
I
So
want them so fucking badly. Please bring this to the
so so
US.
you go through that, and if you purchase the last ticket, you also get a Black War Draymon figure. which is a repaint of the War Greymon from the last series. At most places, if you purchase the last one, they will also give you the banners and everything if you want it. Plus, your receipt lets you enter a drawing to get an Imperial Dramon if you didn't get one. Now, here's what's important for Dev's wallet. Most of the figures from Ichiban Kuchi lotteries are sold in the US under the Ichiban Shiro brand.
Fucking cool.
So the random merchandise won't, but if any of this stuff is of interest to you, it probably will be sold here. The only one I'm not sure of this time is the Black War Greymon, because the last one figure is normally just a slight repaint of the A prize. But this time it's like completely different. So I don't know if they decide to sell some of those or if they don't.
I mean, I hope they do because it looks pretty fucking badass.
But A, B, and C will be for sale for sure.
I love the little Gilmon.
Then we have
Digimon, not so much. His face looks a little. His eyes look. I mean, they are painted on, but his eyes kind of like don't really match the texture of the body.
That's been the only real complaint I've seen about these figures is the texture doesn't always feel like it matches.
Yeah.
Because it's so stylized that it's hard to tell. Um, then poll results for favorite Digimon from the Pendulum 4.0, 4.5 Wind Guardians, and the winner is Arrow Vidramon.
It's Zoromaru.
Zero Maru. Although weirdly, even if you combine both forms that are Zero Maru, that's still only 1 out of every 3 votes. That while that is dominating, that's not as dominating as you might have expected. Like if you add up all the Palmon family, Lilymon's 9, Rosemon's 9, Palmon's 2, Togemon's 2. So 22% is actually not like a bad showing. And there's also then for the Piomon family, you get Hoemon with 7, Grudamon with 5, then Bergermon with 1, Piomon with 3.
Yeah.
So that's 7, 5, 4. That's
And
not
crusty old trees are at the bottom.
poor Jiraimon and Woodmon and Red Vegemon and Mushmon. No one loves them.
No, no, we don't.
It's a solid spread this time, mostly though, to be honest. And then the new,
We pretty decently predicted like the top 5.
I think so. And now the big one for the 100th poll. It's who is your favorite of the child stage of the anime heroes. So we get Agumon, Vmon, Gilmon, Ognimon, 2006 Agumon, Shoutmon, Gumdramon, Gatchmon, and Gamamon.
Uh, I'm still wondering why they have Agnemon instead of like Flamon.
Because no, most people aren't gonna actually know who Flamon is. Flamon isn't even like an important character.
But he's still more like the child level.
Yeah, but it's also a 1 episode cameo thing. This is really the main characters.
Mm.
And Gamamon, Gatchmon's just happy to be included.
Catch, catch.
Then it is a solid lineup, I'm curious. And then the weekend batches. So it was the 25th anniversary of when the Singles to Butterfly and I Wish came out. There was also a poll where they voted. They had like it was like 1,200 anime fans from outside Japan vote on favorite themes in Butterfly, ranked very highly.
Fucking better.
Then Kakudo did various product previews again. He noted he's done 10 now. He's going to take a break.
We appreciate his
He
previewing of
really he really likes the art. Then from the museum, we get to see they have the little flyer for the adventure exhibition, plus that adventure medal.
Very
Uh,
cute.
they also did chalk to show off the adventure cafe opening. They always do such a good
Oh
job with the
my
chalk
god, I
art.
love the little Koromon balloon thing.
It looks stressed out, doesn't it?
He looks how I feel at any given point.
The pendulum colors they showed off at the Premium Bandai showroom. And since someone asked in chat for the Digimon Pendulum Color, the 4, 5, and 0 are up to pre-order at Premium Bandai USA right now. So if you want the 4, 5, or 0, you probably want to pre-order those sooner rather than later. Then we got some photos from the art pop-up. You can actually see the canvas in the pictures. They're actually pretty sizable. These are the display versions. If someone orders them, you don't get these, you get prints. Basically put together exactly the same.
Okay, yeah.
So these are actually like sizable wall art things. Then Akamine Naoki showed off the movie art they did a while ago, but the different stages of it.
I love their artwork so fucking much.
They also showed off just some of the art they've done for various franchises, which included, Atmon and Hacker's Memory. We also got some nice Liberator art from Usagi Bochi, who's they're helping put together the columns,
Neat.
and I believe co-writing the web novel. So yeah, so that's neat. Then from the second weekend batch, we got some more of the art pop-up stuff. A few of these are actually really fucking large, which is weird when you think someone's going to get the. Because people have been posting their receipts on Twitter. And it's like, man, I ain't buying this, but I'm glad you are. For the people who are.
That's still definitely an ouch.
Yes, then Akamine Naoki posted their art of Joe and Koshiro. These are 7 and 8 of the series they've been doing for a while.
Last two.
I will say, does Koshiro's head feel like a bit large? Maybe it's the angle it's at. It just feels a bit off to me for some reason, but the art looks so good. I'm looking forward to the full color version and everything. Ian points out it may be the hair, not the head, which is possible. Dev, did your mic come unplugged?
No, Discord shit itself and just randomly disconnected the call.
Ah, well, I'm glad you're back. Do you have any comments about the Joe or Koshiro art?
They are going to look badass once they are done.
Yes. And then social art for May, it's Ryudamon looking at armors, which are basically posed like you'd get for Children's Day. He's very excited.
I would be excited as well. Those armors look badass.
Yes, they do. Time for
Especially tactile.
time for questions. You guys in chat can throw questions in while we pull up the one sent in ahead of time. Someone sent in one saying they've seen a few people upset with me that I called the Adventure to the beginning bold, and they want to know what I meant by that.
It's
I
not italic.
I meant that for Kizuna, for Ode to the Beginning, you could very well just do basic anniversary films where nothing happens and people would be very happy. They have something to say which is not really necessary to do, and I find it bold to go to the effort to try to change things when it's not necessary, and it may not even be wanted by people. It would be very
Everyone's pretty.
it would be very easy to do a movie that was nothing. So yeah, I find it bold to make those changes when it's simply not necessary. For PT18, someone wants to know, do we think they're gonna do the Z Spiritualis? No, I'm not really expecting that to. It just doesn't seem necessary, to be honest. Let's see. Someone said they remember reading a thread on Twitter about the changes for the Dragon Ball Z dub compared to the sub, with some people mocking the dub, especially Latinos. I feel like Digimon falls in a similar category where they compare the English dub with the sub. Are the criticisms valid? Well, here's the thing. Criticism just means someone doesn't like something. Saying it's not like the criticisms are valid or invalid based on what they're saying. Like, for example, a good chunk of Digimon is English forward for a reason. It has done better here than most places. It does not matter what people yell online. They can say whatever they want. If they like their version better, that's great. Many of
It's
us,
what's making the company money.
yeah, like they're not putting Digivolution in Liberator even in the Japanese version by accident. Like, some people are going to be upset with whatever isn't what they want. Others won't care. Like, me and Dev can swap between English and Japanese versions pretty solidly. We tend to default to Japanese just to be more clear, but it's I don't really care one way or the other between Yoli and Miyako. Uh, you can basically find franchises everywhere that have been changed in some way. It's just a matter of what franchise you're looking at.
Yep, and who the target audience in whatever
And
area
it,
it's for.
and fans also like to ignore the changes to their version if they're mocking other versions. I don't remember which version it was. Um, like, I don't remember if it was Aladdin version or somewhere else, but I guess at the end of Tamers, one of them, when Takado's digging for the thing, in one version, I guess they dubbed in Cherubimon laughing,
Huh.
like to try to connect it to Frontier for no apparent reason. I remember someone showing me a clip of it. I'm not sure which country's version it is, but like apparently they did that in multiple Digimon shows where like at the very end they would just throw in audio of a character from the next show to like connect them. It's like it doesn't really matter. Like, if you don't like the English version, then don't watch it. I, I don't know what to say beyond that.
It's like you can very easily get a hold of the Japanese versions on Blu-ray now.
Yeah, but it's also like I very much questioned how well the brand would be doing without the English versions to have pumped up the brand.
Nostalgia is one hell of a drug.
Not just nostalgia, but even making the audience. Then let's see. Someone said they've seen me and other video people mention tone mapping in regards to movies. They don't know what we're talking about. So when we're talking about that, when you get not every 4K disc, but most have wider, more colors and HDR for color and brightness. If you take a screenshot, you have to convert that to something a normal screen will show properly, otherwise it will look all fucked up. And it does not always work well. So that's just talking about converting it so it's viewable. I've been mentioning it on Twitter a number of times lately because I think I've dialed it in really well. And also been trying to take HDR screen caps also, which works less well. So that's what we're talking about, is getting those screenshots to display reasonably well. Because the color and brightness is so different, they just do not screen cap correctly.
Makes sense.
Ramon asks, do we expect any Digimon mobile game to have a worldwide release before the new Digimon story game comes? Sure,
Eh.
why not? I mean, that's not anything, that's guessing, honestly. Related to that was one sent in ahead of time was, do we think we could get a new Digimon game release this year? It's getting close to the point where if something were to come out this year, they have to announce. If you mean like a new big game, it feels like if we got anything, it would be a port. Like if we were gonna get a port of the adventure game, doesn't it feel like this would be the year to do it?
Yeah, with the anniversary and everything.
Yeah, but like if you're gonna do it this year, you have to announce it by like July or August at the latest. So we're kind of hitting that point of gotta do it. Someone's then asked, "What are the foods you think you could eat forever?" Dev,
Bubble tea.
does that count as food or a drink?
It's a solid, partially.
Mm,
There's also tonkatsu, which is absolutely fucking delicious. Please just give me all the glorious fried things and rice and bulldog sauce.
so I think I'd go with like sushi. Uh,
I'm sticking with the bubble tea and the tonkatsu.
those aren't bad answers. Edgardo wants to know if Digimon had done better overseas. Why don't they dub them? In many cases, those games wouldn't have done any better dubbed. Like Survive is by what it is niche. Like you,
It's
I
a JRPG.
Survive's not a JRPG. Survive's a
A
minimal
web
tactical
novel.
game with a light novel with interactive virtue. Yeah, so a lot of those. And here's the thing: they tried. Like here's the thing: Cyber Sleuth did fine. They tried dubbing next door and they went pass. Like it was not necessary to dub those.
Like the target audience is gonna go for it no matter what.
Yeah.
It's not
Devon,
worth the cost of
yeah, it just
all that.
isn't. Devin wants to know why don't the Japanese Blu-ray sets have Japanese subtitles? They bought sub and none have them because that just isn't really the closed captioning has not been a big priority. A number of recent discs have been trying to add accessibility features. Not Digimon does isn't hasn't had recent discs to take advantage of that, but a good number of discs have had features where like when you start them up, it will pop up a beep and a screen, and if you don't select an option, it will go to a version where the movie has dub narration, for example, for blind people. A good number of them have had that lately, stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
accessibility.
But yeah, it's just you got to remember a lot of those discs aren't newer, and that's just what it's a collector's audience. It isn't necessarily Joe everybody buying them to. I don't want to say to watch them because that's not what I mean, but like it's not the buying viewing audience. It is a collector's audience. A good number of ones lately have been adding stuff. Digimon just has not. I don't remember. Did Kizuna have them? Did I mention that in my review? 1 second.
I don't remember. My brain is a sieve.
Yeah, I'm checking. Here, let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if Kizuna had that. Let's see here. Did I mention it when I wrote about it? I guess not, huh? Yeah, but even that was 2020. That's 4 years ago. But there are a number lately. Um, Then last question sent in ahead of time, so you guys can chat, throw up any you want, and this is last call for that. Someone said a good number of Digimon products are sold at Premium Bandai, and they were wondering, do you think any of them could have worked as products at normal stores? The ones that they think could have worked, they did. Is basically like some of the V pets were sold Premium Bandai. They went, huh, that might work. They sold some in stores in the U.S.
Yeah, they still find them at like Target, GameStops, Barnes and Noble.
Yeah. So
Some other stuff I feel like would sell out at regular stores. They're already sold out at
yeah.
Bandai, so
But yeah,
there's no stock anymore.
a lot of that stuff was meant to be small niche stuff, like the CSAs. Those were probably never going to be a wide selling product, to be honest. Um, oh, um, what were the vinyl figures? Dine.
Dine Action, I
I think
think, or something like that.
wasn't Dine Action the giant Omega one? The one I'm thinking of were the small vinyl ones, like Dine Motion.
That might be it. Yeah, they're like
Those
20 to 30.
yeah, those were premium Bandai in the US, but those were sold normally in Japan, minus the blue metal Greymon. So yeah, so it's just a matter of what the market is, honestly. Like the Dine Action one was like a $300-$400 action figure. That was not going to be a thing. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm thinking like little ones that look kind of like the profile art with the Kenji Watanabe art.
yeah, those are the ones I'm thinking of. Yeah, they did
Yeah.
3 of those. They did Greymon, Metal Greymon, and was it Mugen Dramon?
Uh,
I
I know
think.
they did multiple Metal Greymon,
Well, the blue one was the
the
premium
premium
Bandai
Bandai
version.
one.
So let me check what the actual name was. Dynamotion.
Oh, okay.
It was Greymon, Metal Greymon, and Mugen Dramon, yeah. And then the blue Metal Greymon was the premium Bandai only one. But yeah, but yeah, that sort of stuff. I mean, we've got Shoto figures in the U.S. They sold them as normal action figures, I believe.
Yep. Or Grudemon, always the shelf warmer.
It looks like that's about it for questions. Dev, what
Good.
Wikimara would you like people to read?
Uh, look at Garamon, because that's what I feel like. Just a nasty, brownish, greenish sludge creature.
I can be found with the will as always. We will catch you guys in a few weeks and we'll see what pops up for Liberator and God knows what else because they decided they're going to throw news at us.
They hate us.
Thank you for everyone for showing up. We will catch you later. Bye.
Bye.